Holy shit! What?
What are you doing?
Holy shit! Dude! That thing... Oh my god, man!
My name is Walker Child. I'm a wind turbine technician by trade. Started working on cars when I was younger. I was the first person in the family who really had an interest in cars. Everyone else was all into music and everything. So I kind of got into vehicles through all my friends and everything. And eventually that has led me to this thing. It is a 2004 Ford Ranger. It has a 1.9 liter turbo diesel TDI out of a 2003 Volkswagen Jetta. That's mated to a stock Ranger transmission, a 5-speed manual. It's got S10 coilovers in the front. It's got air ride in the rear, and it's great, and I love it. A lot of people started doing the TDI swaps into like Jeep Wranglers and into Jeep Cherokees, Toyota Tacomas, just because they have a lot of low-end torque, the reliability, the simplicity. There's like 11 plugs on the whole motor. So everything is super simple, super easy to work on, and they're reliable, and they get great fuel economy. They can make great power. So for those reasons, for mainly the simplicity of doing a full motor swap, mind you, I did this in a one-car garage in an apartment complex. So everything, all the welding, all the cutting, all the making stuff fit was all done in like 10-foot by 20-foot garage. I did it mainly for just kind of the uniqueness of the swap, as well as the benefits of having more power, sounding awesome, and having a lot better fuel economy. So right now, I have a little bit bigger turbo, front mount intercooler, a different intake off of a European model. I should be around, the stock Ford motor was like 100 horsepower and like all of 120 foot-pounds. So now it's around 180 horse and somewhere in the ballpark of 300 foot-pounds. That's what the tune is written for. I plan to go bigger eventually, but I just haven't gotten there yet. So starting off, we have pretty much the exterior of the Ranger itself is stock, like stock body panels, stock bumpers, everything. The only thing that I've done to it is DJM upper and lower control arms, S10 QA1 coilovers. They're a little longer body, so you get a little longer stroke. So I have those on the front. I have some rip-off RPF1s. They're MST Suzukas. They're 18 by 9.5 minus 10. They fit great on here. I have a 1-inch spacer up front, no spacer in the back. It's the same wheel setup all the way around. I have two 35, 45, 18 Achilles ATR Sports. Great tires. I had them on my last vehicle. They're good in all weather except for ice, which I found out yesterday. All right. Yeah. But yeah, continuing back, we have these sweet Amazon special window visors. Sweet, absolutely necessary. No AC, so they're nice to have in the summer. And then we bring you to this bad boy. This is my side exit, 3.5-inch diesel power exhaust tip coming out. Then in the back we have, it's from X2 Industries. It's a 4-link setup. It's a parallel 4-link with a panhard bar, running air ride. Got 2,500 pound bags on them, so I can still use it for things. I used it to tow my van home from Colorado, and it worked. So that was a welcome surprise to me. So everything inside is pretty much stock. Not a whole lot of the stock stuff works anymore. The 04 Rangers were driven, like the dash was driven off a CAN bus, and I had the CAN bus deleted after I built my wiring harness, so that made some issues. So the only gauge that actually works is the fuel level gauge, which is the only one that matters. So for the rest of them, I have this beautiful broken Android. It's driven off of a OBD2 Bluetooth plug. in the OBD2 port, obviously. And I can throw up some different gauges that the ECU logs and see whatever I need to see there. I have a boost gauge. It's kind of a meme because it goes to 60 psi, but
60?
yeah,
What?
yeah.
Jesus.
It's not plumbed. My garage got broken into, and they tried to steal a lot of things. They actually tried to steal the truck, but they couldn't figure out how to start it. So they didn't steal it, but they tried to steal the gauges, and then they put them back, I guess. They were sitting in the bed of the... Yeah, so sweet, but they stole all of my tools, so that was not nice. But then next to that, I have an EGT gauge just to keep a monitor. It's kind of like if you're not familiar with diesels, you don't really care about AFRs in a diesel, so you kind of monitor your vehicle's health and how it's performing by the EGTs. So that's there for that. And then we have my beautiful fuel pump and my beautiful radiator fan. Yeah, I haven't quite finished the wiring process. It's very much still a project, but you know, it works. And then we bring it down to the cruise control buttons. Again, not hooked up to anything yet. I haven't wired in the speed sensor. So I have this. This is it's a, what do they call it? A hand control throttle for like Jeeps. If you're geared really low and you're crawling or whatever, instead of bouncing around on rocks and hitting the gas over and over, you just, and it holds the gas pedal in place for you. It's very, very much, it doesn't, I mean, it works. It holds the engine at a certain RPM, and that's all it needs to do. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the interior.
You got the nicest...
Yeah, the nice little note that some kind gentleman left for me at a truck stop in Chicago. That made me feel very, very at home. Very, very safe and secure.
Welcome to Chicago.
Yeah, absolutely. It was delightful. Dude. It worked that time. Cool. It's a little dirty and a little
It's way smaller
ugly.
than I thought it would
It
be.
is. It is such
That's
a
a small
tiny
engine.
motor. And then an even
So it was
tinier
1.9?
turbo.
1.9?
Yeah, 1.9 liter turbo diesel. And again, it's the 03 out of an 03 out of an 03 Volkswagen Jetta. There we go. So it's a VE motor. It has a electromechanical fuel pump instead of the camshaft driven high pressure pump. It's got a Colt Stage 2 cam, some different lifters, bigger injectors. That turbo is the BV39. It came stock on like the 06 Jettas. It's got that, and then again the 2.5-inch exhaust all the way out the back. 2-inch intercooler piping because you don't really need a whole lot more than that.
Yeah, it's a skinny intercooler.
Yeah, it's a skinny intercooler. I do need to get a bigger one, but a lot of it, like if you look at the turbo, the outlet is literally like a 1/4 inch. It's so tiny. So my intake temps go through the roof. So that's gonna be another down the road thing. And yeah, there's the rags. That's where the old ECUs used to go.
Okay.
So that's
Right.
that's my fix until I get back to my metal brake and can actually
That's
build
so
a
you
panel.
Don't get cold in the cabin.
Yeah.
Nice.
Keep it nice and warm.
So, what ECU are you running?
So
not stock.
it's a Bosch E15 or EDC15. It's the stock for the Volkswagen. Pulled it out of the Volkswagen, sent it off, got it tuned, and got the immobilizer, deleted all that stuff. So it's still a stock ECU, but it's running a Stage 4 tune from Malone Tuning.
Okay.
So that's really the only power things were turbo, intake, Stage 2 cam, bigger injectors. That's pretty much it.
Wow, that's rough. No power steering.
No power steering.
Oh my god, man.
Yeah.
Holy shit. This is the first car that I've driven without power steering that isn't a Miata.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's the difference.
Yeah.
I'm used to like a super just...
It's a lot easier. Like it's firm, but it's easier in the Miata because they have like the different ratio. This is a power steering rack with all the internals pulled out, and it's awful.
Here we go. Alright. It's such a long shifter.
It's so long, and like your throw is long.
clutch pedal is tiny.
Yeah.
There's like no surface.
No. it's a very weird feeling to get used to, like jumping from a GTI or something into this.
Yeah.
It's just strange.
It's also weird not having a tack.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've driven like cars on track without a tack, and that's fine.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different for straight.
Yeah. And it's weird because like you're used to, because I came from all gas motors before this, and you're not used to where the power band is and where it should be in your mind and where it is in this. It is so much different because like peak power is from like 1400 to like 3100. Like it doesn't make any sense.
That's really weird to me.
And then you're used to any other gas motor ever, and it gets better as you go up. This doesn't. It just like falls in his face. It's so weird to get used to, but like once you put your foot into it, you're like, oh yeah, there's stuff there.
Yeah.
It's not crazy, but it's fun.
So what's the actual red line?
Red line is right about 51. eBay Stage 3 6-puck sprung clutch with a stock weight flywheel, because on the TDIs a lot of people go to a heavier weight flywheel because it helps smooth out some of those vibrations,
right.
Which I'm sure your camera's going to pick up a decent amount of.
Sure
It's like
insane. I don't want to jinx it, but it's not that. It's a pretty easy clutch.
Yeah, it's
awful.
not bad. No weird noises, no weird smells.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Alright, can I do first gear?
Yeah. Yeah, it just falls flat on its
That's so weird to me.
It is really weird, because like
really weird.
if you want to stay in the power band, it's like shift at like 31,
right.
And you're good.
I'm used to revving it out to
yeah.
like 7,500.
Yeah,
my car.
it's really weird to go from that to this.
Yeah, man, that's pretty cool though.
Yeah,
I like it.
And
it's cool that you like. I mean, this is a very unique thing to me, especially building it in a one-car garage, right? Like by yourself. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it was definitely lots of trials and tribulations, but it worked out in the end. And now I have a little truck that can actually do stuff. Like I towed 4,000 pounds worth of van, 1,200 miles without any issues. Pro tip: if you're gonna tow something with something that shouldn't be able to tow it, and you're trying to get a U-Haul, tell them you're gonna be towing a 1996 Geo Metro, and they'll let you do it. Even if it's a 2016 Ram ProMaster C, they'll never know. It was originally like an AutoZone kind of truck, like it's a work truck built for delivering parts, so it has like the rubber floors and like no AC from the factory, so it's missing manual mirrors. It doesn't even have like manual inside mirrors. You have to move them from the outside, but it was great for what I wanted, so I bought it, and now it's this. I love it.
It's pretty cool. I mean, this is a really unique build, and it's fun. It's fun to drive. I kind of like this thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, yeah.
Thank you very much, dude. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
guys. Have a good one, and yeah, cool.
Yeah.